Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Yes, in preparation for this day.
Bello. Mi sono reso conto che ci siamo persi il coso giusto per finire l'episodio di ieri. C'era questo punto esclamativo e interrogativo insieme.
But why? What do you need us for?
You are an Esper, aren't you, Chloe? I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension. Am I wrong?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking, as I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past. Espers are able to sort of resonate with one another, which can amplify their power. You understand? This is why we brought you here, Clover.
What about me?
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bomb.
Huh? But I didn't do anything.
But you did. In another history, you were able to perform prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that Dio left behind. Only you could do that sort of thing. Because of your feat
una
of
su
mathematics,
4.
we were about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs. Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31. Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in this timeline. Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust. This history exists because of your presence. Now, let me explain why we needed Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed You are able to access the fourth dimension. Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl.
Yeah.
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi. So we brought you. All it took was a message.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me. I was a fool and fell for it.
And you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh? He kept saying he couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
I'm sorry, Quark. If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you. I never thought this would happen.
Hello.
Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I agreed to come with you. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth. What kid would turn that down?
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot. As soon as we got in, we headed straight for the moon. During the trip, Zero told me to keep quiet once we got there. I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out. And when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Now, his real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidon. He was ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of an organization called Free the Soul, which is in turn controlled by a man known as Brother.
Tecnicamente se Brother non si è clonato, al momento dovrebbe essere morto. Babà.
It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago. Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier? The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released. If we succeed, that would be bad for Brother and
Comunque tecnicamente ho visto quello che non dovevo notare all'incirca nell'altro gioco. La cosa mi interessa più che altro, ma è comunque la stessa cosa che è successo con VLR.
Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why Brother sent Left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility. They needed to stop the AB project. So, Dio was given 2 tasks.
Ma comunque spero effettivamente che se adesso c'è il cambio temporale o comunque loro riescono a tornare. Allora ho detto, tu mi avevi detto che c'era uno spoiler, quindi non volevi che scaricassi Zero Time Dilemma prima, perché c'era uno spoiler nella cosa di Steam. Effettivamente ora ho capito che cos'è. cioè l'ho notato. Però è la stessa cosa quando avevo visto VLR, che avevo già visto che c'era Alice. Clover non l'avevo riconosciuta, però Alice sì. Ed è una cosa che a me ovviamente non è che dà fastidio, anzi quasi per niente, perché di per sé è un modo ottimo se c'è il collegamento tra i titoli. E stavo dicendo, se effettivamente io spero che qui succeda che riescono a salvare il mondo all'incirca, torna indietro nel tempo, lo preferirei, perché così almeno possono continuare la storia del primo di Zero Escape, perché essendo passati ovviamente quasi 45-50 anni, non è che mi posso andare a rispondere il nome di Seven, il tizio che ha aiutato Seven, queste cose qua non le può andare a rispondere al momento.
The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project. The second was to join the AB game and win it. If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed. At least, not in that timeline. In other words, in that world, the project would have been stopped. If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan. If you cannot murder Akane and win the game, destroy Rhizome 9. Hence, the bombs.
Ma le bombe dove ce le aveva messe ancora?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
Mi sa allora nei Q&A, perché io... può darsi, però 4 bombe nel culo non penso che c'entravano.
We can set brother aside for now, though. May I proceed?
Aspetta, non ho capito. Ok.
Excellent. That explains everyone, Luna, and myself. Sigma and Phi already know the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however. I think it would be more appropriate if you could ask Luna yourselves at a later time. Would that be all right with you, Luna?
Yes, that's okay.
As for me...
Ah, mai? Quindi non me lo posso aspettare neanche nel prossimo gioco?
As I said before, I was born and raised here.
No, veramente sta cosa non mi piace, perché tecnicamente è l'unico personaggio che effettivamente sappiamo davvero poco, a parte il fatto che in questo gioco dicono che era nella polizia, nell'altro mi ricordo io che diceva che si era messo in proprio.
The rest of you were brought to this facility, but I've never left. That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Hey, I've been wondering, who is Zero?
You've already met him, Sigma, in another timeline.
Tecnicamente presumo sia Oi a sto punto.
Stage 2 TP.
It looks like it's finished. Shall we open the pod?
Ora ci sono dei granelli di sabbia perché lei si è sciolta.
Okay, let's get started then. Ready?
E adesso è anche meglio finirlo il giorno dopo, perché comunque possiamo ascoltare il doppiaggio in modo completo senza che io salti, anche se ogni tanto mi capita.
All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Ora una pernacchia. Ah, ce ne sono 3, ok. Ah, che sia il vero Sigma quello che è messo lì e è addormentato. Oh, effettivamente avevo ragione, è Sigma è il clone del... Però non spiegherebbe perché comunque rimane umano secondo i dati di Luna. A parte per le braccia.
You finally know. Didn't I tell you? You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you. Yes, I am.
Ah, il vecchietto è lui. Ah no, la signora. Ah, ok. Ok.
It's you.
È il cambio quando c'è
June.
stato.
I mean, Akane from. But
Yes, that's
Ecco,
correct.
questo effettivamente è stato un bel plot twist, perché è un po' strano.
I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover. Or you, Junpei.
Questo era quello,
Akane.
ovviamente, tanto
Long
chiamata.
time no see.
Questa era molto chiamata, dai. Ora però mi spiegano gentilmente perché ha cambiato cognome, però vabbè, vediamo.
When?
Do you remember when the two of you saved me in the warehouse? Once you saved me, you went back to your future.
Ah, bravo Andrea, bravo,
Ormai
che dobbiamo scoprire le cose insieme e tu te le vai a leggere. Bravo, io non le faccio più le live per te.
I carried your bodies to the third AB room. After that, I went into the first room and borrowed Kei's armor.
Non era Junpei io. No, Yori è... Ok, no, ok. Yori è quello di Persona 3. Ero strasicuro che l'avessero detto comunque il cognome, fosse quello.
So by the time you and Clover came out, you'd already...
È colpa dei giapponesi che non hanno altri nomi in mente.
Yes. No, it was me. In this timeline, at least. In this one, I wasn't murdered by Dio.
Ma ora mi dovete spiegare come lei ha sollevato Clover.
You two saved me. It's just like Schrodinger's cat. Your actions in the future decided who would be inside the armor in the past.
Alright, what about the other history? The one where you weren't saved. Who's wearing the armor?
That's quite the man in front of it.
Him?
That's correct. Whenever I'm not in the armor, he is.
What about the memory loss?
For my part, I confess that I lied. He, on the other hand, was telling the truth. Large doses of soporil can cause memory loss. I gave him a rather large dose.
Cioè l'hanno bottito di droga.
So, who is...
You've never seen him?
No.
What about the rest of you?
I have no idea who he is.
Quindi noi non abbiamo questa faccia.
I've never seen him before.
Me either.
Total stranger. Huh?
Are you all right, miss? Did you hit your head or something?
Sigma, your consciousness can jump through time. You can inhabit your body in the past or in the future. Don't you get it? You've jumped to the future. From 45 years ago.
Cioè, sta cosa c'è sempre stata. Come che non si è mai guardato in faccia? Ok.
It's your face, Dr. Sigma Climb.
Quindi non è Aoi.
Although, to the you that's behind it now, it's your face 45 years from now.
Andrea ha cambiato subito opinione su di lui di che ieri era tutto quanto come vorrei essere al suo posto. Come vorrei essere al posto di Luna. E adesso vabbè, è ovvio che era un clone, questo già l'avevamo capito, però
Zero, the mastermind of the AB project,
questo è un buon cliché.
is you. No, it's the truth. Fighting it isn't going to do you any good. Please, Doctor. You will be a pioneer in the field of genetic engineering. No, I'm not. You created him. Well, I suppose I should say you are going to create him. His name is Kyle Klein.
Ah, tipo quello di Kyle XY, ok.
Your clone. That is why he looks just like a younger version of yourself. 23 years ago, in the biolab here in Rhizome 9, you created Kyle. Well, I suppose for you, that's still in the future. When I said I was born and raised here, I was still pretending to be him. The gravity here is only 1/6 if nothing was done. The reduced gravity would cause his bones to be weaker than normal human ones. But you...
sì, ti sei verso il face reveal.
You gave him that armor. Ever since he was born, he's lived inside of it. It kept his muscles and bones strong. He wasn't forced into it for the Nonary game.
Sì, ma se è stato tutta la sua vita lì dentro, come cazzo mangiava?
He's been wearing it every day, all his life. He was to be your space. If something happened to you before the project began, he would take your place.
Tecnicamente non abbiamo sentito doppiato il vecchio, quindi tecnicamente la sua voce ora dovremmo averlo.
I mentioned before that the AB projects A and B stood for after and before. That isn't all they mean, though. The A also means anima, and the B means body.
Però tecnicamente non ha molto senso il fatto che solo adesso, diciamo, fanno notare che è vecchio. Cioè, in tutto il gioco in cui lui fa battute non sessiste, ma comunque se ha questo aspetto, il fatto che faccia quelle battute alle ragazze penso che dia una cosa in più, diciamo, di schifezza. Vero?
Anima is another word for the soul or the consciousness. Body is, well, exactly what it says on the tin. The past consciousness
Però tecnicamente lui non
will
sente
go
la sua
into
stessa
the
voce.
future body, and the future consciousness will go into the past body. They switch. That was the chief goal of the project. Sigma, do you remember the note you found in the garden?
You mean this?
Yes. Ah, of course, it was you who investigated the garden in this timeline.
Yeah.
Sigma, take a good look at this. It's an illustration of the time jumps your consciousness is making. A is where everything began. December 25th, 2028. You inhaled the white smoke in your car and lost from there, you jumped to B. January 25th, 2074. You woke up in one of the AB rooms in Rhizome 9.
Il coso il microfono. Grazie.
You are in your own body, but it is 67 years old.
Quindi tecnicamente Sigma allora non era nei pod. Allora è possibile che sia Fi Luna, cioè Fi Clover. Quindi più che possibile è poi confermato che erano Fi, Clover e Alice nei pod.
Your consciousness has jumped 45 years into the future. I believe that may explain why you didn't notice the reduced lunar gravity. The body you woke up in was much older. Normally, you would have noticed that your muscles were much weaker. In this case, however, the lower gravity balanced that out. Moving on, if you continue along this line, what happens next? You reach C, which is January 27th, 2074. That is today.
Whoa. Wait, what do you mean? Are you saying it's been 2 days since we woke up?
36 hours to be exact. Have you already forgotten? You were all infected with radical 6. The virus slowed your brain down.
Ma tecnicamente non gli doveva fare, anche se li stancava, non gli doveva fare venire sonno o stanchezza comunque.
So yes, 36 hours of real time have passed. But to you, it only seemed like 14 hours and 40 minutes.
Tecnicamente comunque li doveva stancare.
Now comes the important part. After this, your consciousness will return to the past. It will re-emerge at point D. April 13th, 2029.
Perché gli americani fanno schifo, ma perché mettere l'anno prima? Tutto storto.
To your younger body.
But that's the same day as the reactor explosion.
Yes. That is why I said it will be too late. You will return to the past, but the events you would want to prevent will have already happened. The story does not end there, however. The line continues. After reaching point D, you will eventually return to B.
Ecco, qui c'è un piccolo problema a non avere tipo Junpei come protagonista. Il fatto che sta interagendo davvero poco con Akane. Cioè, dopo tutto il tempo che non si sono visti, capisco che effettivamente posso sperare. Però comunque adesso hanno tutto il tempo del mondo, perché non stanno cioè non hanno dei tempi limiti, presumo.
But this time, you won't be jumping through time, or at least not at a rate faster than normal. Your consciousness will spend 45 years inhabiting the same body until you reach point B. Do you remember when B is Sigma? Correct. That was when the consciousness of the 22-year-old Sigma jumped into
Ok,
the
chiaramente però non ci stanno
body of the
cioè ci stanno
67-year-old
spiegando tanto di Sigma, ma quasi nulla di Fi. Perché hanno scelto lei e effettivamente se l'hanno veramente rapita.
So where did the older version of you go when you took his body? Yes, his consciousness will go back in time 45 years. For a period of time, he will inhabit your younger body. While your younger consciousness is elsewhere, he will be you in the past.
Quindi tecnicamente noi stiamo cercando di fare questa deviazione qui.
That's correct. When that happens, the older version of you will be ejected from your younger body and return to your body at sea. Rotating. I suppose you could put it that way, but look at this illustration. What if you take all these lines and untangle them? You get one single line. It may look complicated, but in truth, it's a single straight path.
Ah, ok, lo sto vedendo. Per cui non c'è una deviazione tecnicamente. Perché il punto E crea due. Ok, crea due spaccature della possibilità del finale, diciamo. C tecnicamente sarebbe il mondo in rovina per il Radical 6. Invece la parte a destra di E sarebbe il finale effettivo.
With one exception. Exactly. Point E is December 31st, 2028, the day of the total eclipse. Yes, by now you've likely figured it out on your own. The purpose of the AB project was to get the consciousness of the 67-year-old Sigma from point B to point A. If we can do that, we can change what happened 45 years ago. Yes, that is why this line could not be interrupted. In order for the 67-year-old version of you to reach point B, we first have to go through point D. In order to get to point D, we must jump from point C.
Sì, ma adesso il momento è come si sono conosciuti loro due.
And for point C to happen, we had to recreate everything that happened in this facility. That is why we have faithfully retraced history up to this point, so that we might save humankind from destruction and undo the horrors of the last 45 years. What is that? Yes, that's right. Very soon. Yes. We need potential energy stored to send your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Fortunately, we now have plenty of that, thanks, ironically, to Radical 6. All that remains is to launch your consciousness, like a bullet from a slingshot. Didn't I tell you a crisis? A moment balanced between life and death. That can jumpstart your brain. You haven't figured it out. I mean this.
Nel tempio prenderanno questa cosa. Parlavo il gatto, mini mini, era come zampetta.
Io non lo faccio, ti giuro. Andrea l'avrebbe fatto però. Ah, ok. Però alla fine lo potevano aggiungere il modello di Sigma per riempire ste scene. No, però non abbiamo più scene di Zero the Third, dai. Ah, però ci hanno appena spoilerato che ci sarà una cane di 22 anni. Hanno fatto una cosa alla... a parte, mi sembra, Metal Gear Solid, comunque... Effettivamente l'hanno fatto anche in qualcos'altro. Non mi ricordo effettivamente cosa, a parte Metal Gear Solid.
No, si deve vedere su passano da strada, non ci arriva a questo coso per il...
Devo saltare? Ok, non posso saltarli. Beh, togliamo il mouse perché effettivamente ogni volta i titoli di coda se li meritano di essere ripresi, perché la gente ci ha lavorato. Per quanto continua a dirlo, secondo me lo stile 2D dei personaggi rispetto a quelli 3D è molto meglio perché c'è più lavoro dietro. Questo 3D l'ha lasciato un po' spazio al, come dicevo molto spesso, al tra virgolette chip, che è l'utilizzare i modelli con espressioni un pochettino brutte, cioè un pochettino non studiate, animazioni facciali molto blande, e posizioni o comunque immagini ripetute molto spesso per cercare di risparmiare, soprattutto anche ad esempio Dio col detonatore, che era la stessa immagine però messa con un coso, con uno sfondo diverso. Time after time. Tecnicamente ci mancano due achievement, mi pare. Siamo nella roba extra adesso, siamo ancora nel finale.
Today is April 13th, 2029, and this is the evening news. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I don't have any news to read. All of our station's reporters have passed after contracting Radical 6.
Abbiamo sbagliato il giorno.
So have my... Excuse me. I've managed to keep us on the air until now. But I'm out of tricks. It's time for me to sign off. This concludes our broadcast day. I pray that someday our world can be cleansed of this horrible plague. Goodbye.
Era ovvio.
It looks like the first step was successful.
Ok, si vede che è cresciuta.
Killed? Hey, no need to be rude about it. I didn't kill you. I hit you with the butt of the knife. You're fine. Yes, you and Phi needed to experience a state of crisis. That was the only way.
Ma tecnicamente così facendo non si è accoltellata da sola.
Yes, I only told you about you, but we also needed Phi to jump. Now, you know what happens next, right? Correct. We will be leaving tomorrow, April 14th, 2029. We've nearly finished preparing your shuttle. Only a few last-minute checks and additions. You'll be traveling to Rhizome 9, along with 3 treatment pods. Yes. Phi.
Ok.
We put her into cold sleep 2 days ago. She appeared at our headquarters and volunteered to be frozen. That wasn't the Phi who jumped from point C, though. It was Phi before she jumped from point A to point D. In other words, she was following the same path you are, and she still is. Yes. The point C version of Phi is sleeping in that pod. She'll stay there for the next 45 years, sleeping in ice. Correct. We can't do that. You haven't figured it out? You have to spend the next 45 years working on the AB project. After arriving at Rhizome 9, you must master genetic engineering and artificial intelligence programming, among other disciplines. Otherwise, you will be unable to create Kyle, Luna, and Lagomorph.
Se conoscenze invece come le ha.
And, of course, you will need to develop the chromatic doors and the bracelets.
Quando possa viaggiare nel tempo, forse.
You will also be the person who summons Tenmyoji and Quark. Once you've completed all the preparations, then the project can actually begin. January 25th, 2074.
Ma perché qui lei lo chiama Tenmyoji?
You will defrost Phi and carry her to the 3rd AB room. Once you've done that, the 22-year-old version of you from point A will force you out, and you'll just go back 45 years to your own body on December 25th, 2028. You have to. If you don't, billions of people will die. Only you and Phi can save them. I can't do anything on my own. If this is going to work, I'll need your help.
Perché suo fratello che fine ha fatto?
What do you mean? You'll both enter the Mars mission test site. I don't know. I'm sorry. I really don't know anything about what happens in there. We don't know how the Radical 6 escaped. We don't even know why it was there in the first place. That's why we need your help. You have the ability to jump through time and across parallel worlds.
Ah. Non è che il Zero Time Dilemma è effettivamente questa cosa che ci sta dicendo qui, quindi il Mars Mission Test Site.
We need you to figure out what happened in that test facility. Things will be difficult, and I'm sure you will find yourself in a great deal of danger. But I believe the two of you can overcome any obstacle. The 67-year-old version of you told me what happened. He wasn't able to stop the virus. So I suppose you could say you told me after you failed. That the test facility is full of traps. There was one point. A woman's life was in danger. You risked yourself for her sake, and lost your arms and your right eye.
Ah, Big Boss praticamente. Big Boss Terminator.
Go have a look.
Però effettivamente non sta spiegando come il Sigma ha incontrato Akane. Fire and Ice. Achievement sbloccato. Se questo era il finale, non l'ho sentito come finale. Cioè, è il primo. Ok, siamo doppiati. Però era il finale quello. Ok. Il problema è che di base come finale anche stavolta cioè forse era più un finale quello di 999 che questo, perché questo non si sente neanche, cioè quello si sente che è un finale ma che non spiega un cazzo. Questo non è neanche un finale, perché il problema è che ti lascia molto con l'amaro in bocca per il fatto che hai fatto tutto, cioè hai fatto tutto per fare una cosa che non riesci neanche a finire in questo gioco. Penso alle persone che hanno giocato il gioco e si sono ritrovati davanti a questa cosa qui, cioè si saranno rimasti abbastanza, non dico di merda, però con bocca asciutta.
I see you've finally woken up, Kyle.
Oh, ok.
Ah, yes. Of course. You've only just woken up in this timeline. It's only natural for some of your memories to be missing.
Quindi tecnicamente il vero nome di Sigma è Kyle, o si chiama realmente Sigma?
Kyle Climb. So, I'm Dr. Climb? Zero Senior's clone?
What? How do you know that? Shouldn't you still be suffering from amnesia?
Ah, quindi tecnicamente questa realtà non canonica sarebbe il fatto che anche lui può viaggiare tra le varie timeline, forse. Però spero che almeno spieghino effettivamente il ruolo di Akane in questo gioco, perché è bello che abbiano riportato indietro uno dei i personaggi dell'altro gioco. Anche se non è che mi piaccia tanto il fatto che Cane sia di nuovo dietro il duo tra virgolette antagonisti. Il fatto che l'hanno riportata qui come con Clover, il fatto che abbiano accennato il fatto, cioè per Clover hanno accennato il fatto che ha un fratello, però è solo un accenno. Per Akane invece non c'è neanche l'accenno, c'è il fatto che l'ultima cosa che sappiamo è che lei e suo fratello sono scappati, quindi dovremmo sapere che loro stanno insieme, quindi non sappiamo né che fine ha fatto Aoi, né perché Akane ha conosciuto Sigma, o come loro due sono conosciuti, o comunque come loro sono venuti gli è venuto in mente di fare tutta sta roba. Ed è una cosa che secondo me effettivamente va spiegata. Esatto, quella è la cosa che mi dà più fastidio, il fatto che ah sì, sono venuto qui perché mi hanno detto che c'è Akane. Ah sì, sei Akane. Punto, basta. E sappiamo per 3 root che Clover, cioè per 2-3 root che Clover sa chi è Tenmyoji e Junpei. E la cosa la cambia poco e nulla. Cioè tipo, in una delle root dice per sbaglio il suo nome così anticipano il plot twist. Oppure in una delle route vediamo il Tenmyoji che vede che ha un dialogo con Akane in un'altra timeline. Ci sarebbero stati molti modi di approfondire certe cose. Anche perché comunque per Tenmyoji il problema di Tenmyoji è che sto finale è una merda per Tenmyoji. Questo sarebbe stato ottimo come finale di Quark, perché era dal suo punto di vista, e per Tenmyoji sarebbe stato molto meglio dare, non dico spiegazioni in più a come è passato ad essere Junpei ad essere Tenmyoji, ma comunque qualche aggiunta gliela potevano dare. Lui ormai vive così.
What day is today?
January 27th, 2074.
Today is the last day of the AB project.
Ah ok, questo è il doppiatore di Kay, però senza il camuffatore alla voce, ok.
Akane has explained everything in the garden. And she drew a knife and attacked Phi. How long
Sì.
have I been asleep?
Effettivamente sì.
About 5 hours in real time. For them, it would have seemed like a little more than 2 hours.
So they still haven't been treated for their Radical 6?
Ok, praticamente ripeto sempre la cosa. Nei giochi americani hanno 4 doppiatori precisi. Se non c'è Troy Baker è un gioco di merda.
No, they've all been given the antiviral.
Ah, è diverso?
It just takes a while to have an effect.
Vabbè, Andrea, basta che ti vai a vedere, sì, ti vai a vedere Troy Baker, guarda come ti soddisfa l'anima.
I see. So the consciousness of the younger Sigma
Ok,
has
sì,
gone back to the past.
per consciousness l'avrei capito, credo.
It should have happened right after Akane attacked Phi, right?
Yes.
Io non sto facendo quello che pensate. Oh. Così specifichiamo. Sfortunatamente non gli posso fare tecnicamente la posso fare la foto, però la metto nello spoiler così glielo invio a Sofia e la rendiamo partecipe. E metto anche questo bullismo di Andrea. Ok. E ora rimarrà nella nostra lavagnetta perché non gliela voglio fare io la faccia.
Why am I here?
Sì, poi appena finiamo questo.
The doctor carried you back here.
Non adesso.
You were in the pod in the garden.
So the person you call the doctor is Sigma Klein, as inhabited by his age-appropriate consciousness.
Yes, but how do you know that?
Dio seems to have remained unconscious.
Ah, tecnicamente quindi questo dovrebbe essere... Perché non è canon questa cosa qui? Tecnicamente mi pare molto più canon. Cioè c'è stato lo scambio delle coscienze tra i due personaggi e lui si è svegliato dopo che era nella cella criogenica.
Yes, I've been administering Soparil whenever he gets restless.
Quindi lo stai uccidendo.
What about the others?
They've all gone off to different areas. Tenmyoji and Quark, for instance.
Oh, right. Mr. Klein.
So the sleepyhead's finally up, huh?
What are you two doing here?
You don't know where we are?
This is the upper floor of the pressure exchange chamber. The real one.
Mm-hmm.
We were just about to get dressed and head out.
You plan to return then? To Earth, I mean.
Yeah.
Sigma told us where we could find the shuttle that brought us here.
Lo sai perché forse non è definita non canonica? Perché tecnicamente, per il fatto che poi riscrivono di nuovo la storia, è ovvio che poi si cancella, tra virgolette, questa parte qui. Però di essere ci sta molto come dopo finale.
Well, guess he's not really the Sigma I knew anymore. He's Dr. Klein now, or Zero Senior, depending on how you look at it.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Well, just curious why you would choose to return to a devastated planet when you could stay here.
How's staying here gonna help? You aren't gonna say something idiotic about how we should wait here until Sigma changes the past, are you? You can't wait for something that's already happened.
Ok, sta cosa non la capisco. Tecnicamente Akane allora a sto punto dovrebbe essere ancora viva. Perché Tenmyoji se ne vuole andare? Junpei perché se ne vorrebbe andare dopo tutto sto tempo che l'ha cercata?
Grammar doesn't work that way. Hell, nature doesn't work that way. You following me? We've already lived through his Sigma failed to keep the virus from getting out. About 45 years ago, Radical 6 created a pandemic, and the antimatter reactors blew up. That all happened. Whatever Sigma does in the past, history's not gonna change.
Cioè, non mi darebbe neanche soddisfazione il fatto, ok, gli ha parlato dopo che c'è stato il blackout tra Sigma che torna nel futuro, comunque gli ha parlato in qualche modo. Cioè, secondo me non è soddisfacente, cioè sarebbe come un contentino che però non fanno manco vedere. E sarebbe un problema.
In fact, it's because of what he did or didn't do in the past that we've got this past and present. Let me give you an example. Imagine a group of 100 motorcycles driving down an endless freeway. Eventually, they hit a junction.
Che brutto, mamma mia.
The road splits in two. One freeway continues off northwest, and the other stretches out to the northeast. So one guy, we'll call him S, pipes up. Let's go northwest, he says. So they take the northwestern road. But about a mile past the intersection, something horrible happened. A semi driving the other way veers into their lane and plows through the bikers.
Quanto dovrebbe durare sta cosa? Hai detto che durava parecchio.
90 of them die. The surviving 10 are wounded, but survive. They don't stop, though. They keep riding down that highway, and eventually, they'd gone 10,000 miles. Then suddenly, something happens that they couldn't have predicted. S, who had survived, suddenly has his consciousness thrown back in time.
Di chi sta parlando?
He ends up back in his own body just before they reach the junction. He remembers everything. So what does S do? What anybody would do. Let's go northeast. That means all 100 of the bikers survive to reach their destination, happy and healthy. And they all live happily ever after. That's what you're thinking, right? It's a great outcome for the 100 bikers that went northeast. But what about the 10 that went northwest and survived the accident?
Huh? Wouldn't it be 9 people? I mean, S's mind went back in time, right?
Right. Okay, 9 people then. What happens to the reality they were living? Does it just disappear when S changes the past? It's not as if it was only bad things that happened during that 10,000-mile trip. Maybe one of them fell in love with a woman working at a gas station they stopped at and had a child. Maybe one of them picked up a homeless kid who joined them on their adventure.
No, ho solo un po' di fame ora.
That 10,000-mile journey would be full of stories, friendships, farewells, romances. The loss of those 90 lives is horrible and unfortunate. But what would rewriting their history mean? The 9 who survived lived full lives. How can it be right to just erase all that? The survivors overcame their own misery and loss and made the best they could of the hand they'd been dealt. Isn't that worth something? Isn't that the best thing that humans can aspire to?
Ma comunque, anche se devo dire addio ai modelli di VLR, c'è da dire che comunque non mi aspetto più di tanto, perché comunque l'altro è un Kickstarter, è un gioco fatto con Kickstarter praticamente, quindi non è non c'è un budget dietro altissimo.
Is there really any point to a world where everything is happy? Are people who struggle for a better life just idiots? Being human is about fighting, even when it seems hopeless, and finding happiness, even in a world that hates it. Are you saying that's worthless? If you're saying rewriting the past will erase all these other timelines, then whatever God wrote those rules can... Look, I'm just not going to accept that, all right? You get it?
If Sigma changes the past, and you and Quark will never meet.
Is he right?
No, it's not going to happen. We're here right now. This is reality. Even if Sigma does change the past, we're not just gonna disappear or something.
Oh, then that means we get to stay together? Good.
Thanks, kid.
I understand how you feel. Why you want to return to Earth is clear. You have lives there, I imagine. There are likely people waiting for you.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Have you already said goodbye to the others?
Bye, Luna, Alice, and Clover all saw us. We told them we'd see them again someday, and then came here.
They were the only people you want to say goodbye to?
No point saying anything.
Besides, he's asleep. You were asleep too.
Sorry, but we didn't really know much about you.
You have a point. Akane was in the armor in this timeline, after all. What about Sigma?
Well, he's not really Mr. Sigma anymore.
Of course, he is Dr. Klein now that his consciousness has returned.
Yeah, but more importantly, he's the guy who brought us all here. Not a lot of warm feelings there, you know?
And Akane?
Never mind her. She's just like him. Not the Akane I knew.
Ma sei scemo? Cioè, lui sta dicendo, ah, ma io non gli parlo con lui perché lui è stato quello che ci ha portato qui, lui è il Zero, lui è quello che sta dietro. Perché Akane che cos'era nel primo gioco e anche adesso? Cioè, è la stessa cosa.
She must have seen some pretty awful things over the years. Hell, she might not even be human anymore. But the Akane Kurashiki I know isn't here. She's not anywhere.
In the end, Clover and I were just pawns.
Quindi lui è venuto qui per vederla e per andarsene. Bella merda.
Pawns to be used and then gotten rid of. Still, it's not like we're completely resentful. We had to be here to help change the past. That part's easy to understand, but...
Kinda sucks, though. I mean, Sigma
quindi
and Bobby have it easy.
Stiamo vedendo praticamente tutti quanti dopo il finale.
They get to go back to December 25th in 2020. They'll stop the Radical Six and save the world, and then they'll have a nice, normal future to look forward to. In other words, they get to go back to point E and just enjoy history like it was supposed to happen.
But we don't. We're stuck with point C as our starting point.
You told us about Ten Myoji's story, right? The one with the motorcycles? It would be like if Alice and I were kidnapped right before the intersection. Then whoever grabbed us takes us to wherever the bikers are going, 10,000 miles to the northwest.
Don't get us wrong. We know why we had to be here. Without us, S's consciousness wouldn't have been able to go back to right before the intersection.
If that couldn't happen, then the fate of those 90 dead bikers would be sealed. But
it's still not the best situation for those of us left in the Northwest. We're stuck in the reality where the 90 bikers died.
Are we just supposed to go live on Earth? It's a wasteland now. And what about our friends and families? We left a whole world behind 45 years ago.
Even if it is for the greater good?
It just doesn't seem fair, does it?
Yeah, it's a little bit much.
So we went and talked to the old lady.
She told us that there is one way.
One way we could get back to the past.
Let's say you do go back to the past. Wouldn't that cause your minds to get thrown back here? That seemed to be how Sigma and Phi's jumps worked, at least.
Yes, you're right.
But this is different.
Different? Huh?
From what she said, it sounds like there's a way we can send our bodies back in time, too.
It's ridiculous. It would create a paradox. How could you have two Clovers and two Alices at the same time?
But that wouldn't happen.
Akane says there's a way around that.
How on earth does she plan to do that?
Schrodinger's
cat.
Oh, hey, Kyle. Figured you'd come here eventually.
Where's Dr. Klein? Luna said you were with him.
He said he was tired, so he's off resting right now. There's a bedroom at the end of the hallway. He's in there if you're curious. Oh, right. He told me to turn on this hologram projector thing when you showed up. Want me to start it?
Sure.
Glad to see you. There isn't anything in particular that I have to tell you. However, I imagine there are a great number of things weighing on your mind. I'd love to answer all your questions, but unfortunately, my circumstances make that an impossibility.
Quindi tecnicamente questo è il doppiatore di Sigma.
I hope you can forgive me. Everything I know, Phi should also know. I have instructed her to answer any questions anyone might have. Anyone other than Kyle, that is.
What does he mean, other than Kyle?
Who knows? Is there anything you want to ask?
Oh, right, well, I guess I may as well cut to the chase. Just who are you, Phi?
I'm not Superman, that's for sure. And I'm not Batman or Spider-Man or Aquaman or a merman or a wolfman. I'm not a Brahmin or Kamen or Ramen. I'm not a king either, so you really don't need to worry about anything.
Please don't dodge the question. About 5 hours ago, Akane attacked you with a knife. That triggered something which sent your mind back to the past, correct? Specifically, you were sent to point D, April 13th, 2029. On that date, your body was already in Akane's custody. Although by then you were in cold, you wouldn't have regained consciousness, but your mind was now inhabiting that body. That pod was your home for 45 years. You slept there, frozen, until the time was right. Then on January 25th, 2074, you were finally thawed out.
Perché c'è uno a B.
Even though you didn't wake up. Still unconscious, you were carried to the AB room. That was when your consciousness changed bodies again. A version of you from December 25th, 2028 arrived, pushing you out and sending you back to December 25th, 2028. This is when you finally woke up. In 2028, you found and joined forces with Sigma, whose older mind was inhabiting his younger body. Together, you attempted to infiltrate the Mars mission test facility. Fortunately, your plan failed. The Radical Six did escape on New Year's Eve. That failure determined the path you followed. Instead of going along the line that branches out to the right from point E, you headed straight to point D. Point D being April 13th of the following year. That was the day that you made your way to Akane's hideout and asked to be put into one of the treatment pods. Another consciousness enters your body around that time from the future. It is, of course, the version of you that left your body when Akane attacked you in the garden. This caused the two versions of you to swap places. And you moved 45 years into the future, where you woke up on the garden floor. That put you on the line that comes here. So if we discount the time you spent in cold sleep, for you, only 3.5 months have passed since that happened. That being when you were sent back into the past from the garden. Have I missed anything?
No, everything you talked about you got right.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I'm kind of an unknown variable in this equation. You could think of me as a kind of X factor. It's taken me the last 3.5 months to understand it.
I haven't understood anything in the last 3.5 seconds. Could you please explain?
It's kind of like the relationship between classical mechanics and modern physics. Strictly speaking, you can't combine velocities with v1 plus v2. v1 plus v2 divided by 1 plus v1 times v2 over c squared is the actual equation. Of course, the sort of velocities we encounter in day-to-day life don't come close to being c squared, which is the speed of light squared. That means that 1 plus v1 times v2 divided by c squared is usually going to evaluate to something pretty close to 1. Since that would mean dividing by 1, it's usually okay to just skip that step and use v1 plus v2. You see what I'm saying? In most situations it works, even if it isn't technically correct. So you knew enough to get the stuff you were talking about right. As long as you stick to that, you won't run into any problems.
I don't quite understand. In fact, I feel like you're dodging my question.
So was that what you wanted to ask about?
No. What I really want to know is what happened between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028. You and Sigma infiltrated the Mars mission test site, didn't you?
Yes.
What happened there? How did Sigma lose his eye and both his arms? And why was Radical 6 in there in the first place? What could a deadly virus have to do with the simulated mission to
Sorry, but I can't tell you that.
Why?
Because it would change history. There is a history where the virus didn't escape. That's the line that goes to the right of point E. In that timeline, humanity isn't heading for annihilation, and Earth isn't red. The future is much brighter. But if I tell you what you're asking me right now, then that reality will disappear. You understand?
I don't. Why would all of that disappear if you told me what I want to know?
You're about to go back to the past, right?
The past? Don't be silly. I can't do that.
Then where the hell did you learn all this stuff? I just listened to you tell me a bunch of things you shouldn't have known about. You were sleeping in the pod in the garden. You just woke up. So how can you know all this? You know my past. Sigma's past.
I shall give you your answer. You are not Kyle Klein. Your body is Kyle's, but your consciousness is not. Think about it. Do you really believe you are Kyle, or could you be someone else entirely?
Then, where is the real Kyle's consciousness?
Ah, ecco perché c'era il punto interrogativo, era messo come Kyle prima.
He was thrown out when you, right now, in a manner of speaking, he has arrived at December 25th. His consciousness has gone into a body from that time. I doubt you know how much the doctor loves Kyle. He raised him on his own. Kyle is irreplaceable. Do you really think he would go back to the past and leave Kyle behind here? I know that I told the others.
Ma poi scusate, tecnicamente lui non Sigma non doveva notare che non aveva un occhio.
That Kyle was Dr. Klein's spare, but that was not his only purpose. Kyle's consciousness is integral to what we are trying to accomplish. This new mission begins on Christmas and ends on New Year's Eve 2028. Its purpose will be to infiltrate the test facility and prevent the spread of the virus. For this to happen, Kyle is absolutely necessary.
And that is why he created him?
Yes.
So now that my consciousness has entered his body, the doctor has achieved his objective. Kyle has gone back to 2028 to participate in his mission.
Correct.
There's one thing that troubles me. Kyle was created before reaching point B from point D. That means his body did not exist on Christmas in 2020. Does that mean he has entered my body? Have we just switched places?
I suppose you could put it that way, yes.
Quindi tecnicamente siamo
That's
Sigma al momento.
ridiculous. What's going to happen to me? Telling me I have to spend the rest of my life here in this box, living in a borrowed body?
No, not at all. You can travel freely through time and space. You are an uncontrolled variable.
Però se tecnicamente siamo Sigma, allora il suo piano è fallito.
As such, the rules of this world do not apply to you.
I have no idea what...
Please don't try to play dumb. I know what you... Surely you must know by now, too. You are about to go into the past and save the world. Phi and Sigma, even with all of his future knowledge, will need your help. Only you can right the horrible wrongs of our past. Only you can save the world.
There's no way I...
Yes, there is. You have to. Don't you want to know the truth? Don't you want to know what happened in between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028?
Well, yes, I do, but...
Then you must believe. Reality is shaped by what we believe reality should be. If observation can change the motion of a particle, then how is it odd to think that human thought can shape reality? Your will can change history. The world will be reshaped into the one you imagine. Remember what I've told. Only you can change history. Only you can save the world.
Abbiamo finito? A certain point of view you found it. Ok, abbiamo preso tutti i trofei. Di nuovo abbiamo davvero un botto di cose che non ha, a cui il gioco non ha risposto. Però adesso devo cercare di metterlo però. Non me lo fa mettere. Devo cercare un attimo. Un attimo, devo vedere come non sta spuntando il gioco. Ok, si vede. Sì, per vostra sfortuna rimaniamo col doppiaggio inglese. Ormai siamo arrivati fin qui col doppiaggio inglese, tanto vale.
Devi togliere da qua!
Non c'è nessun filmato iniziale? E anche se aspetto?
Zero time dilemma.
Grazie, Fi.
Zero time dilemma.
C'è spuntata come prima. Comunque, quello che dicevo io all'inizio, effettivamente ho visto il fatto che c'è lei a destra nel coso. Però effettivamente il doppiaggio me l'avrebbe fatto capire. Ah, quindi tecnicamente mi dici di alzare di più il...
Zero time dilemma.
Zero time dilemma. Zero time dilemma.
Questo sembra Alice come voce.
Zero time dilemma.
Quello sembrava
Zero
Dio.
time dilemma.
Zero time dilemma. Zero time dilemma.
Ok, qua è Matthew Mercer, effettivamente.
Zero time dilemma. Zero time dilemma.
Io spero effettivamente che ci sia anche Sigma come personaggio, però non so effettivamente se parte una qualche cutscene. In caso aspettiamo, però comunque come avevamo fatto con la fine di 999, vediamo quello che c'è dopo. Effettivamente nell'altro partiva il video, qua no, però vabbè. Rimaniamo con la schermata mentre stiamo per chiudere per oggi. Aspettiamo che torna Gianno così ci facciamo dire la cosa delle password. Voi me lo immagino, c'è Zero Time Dilemma e non c'è Sigma come personaggio. Il problema è che c'è un personaggio che non dico che sembri come lui, però ha i capelli blu sempre, però più corti. Però effettivamente mentre aspettiamo devo modificare un paio di cose. No, io ripeto, non so effettivamente nulla. Mi mancherà Luna come personaggio però, dai. Anche il fatto che comunque abbiamo, cioè, Zero the Third gli abbiamo detto addio in modo brutto. Di essere, non dico che faccia ansia il coso, il sottofondo in questo modo, però Comunque dai, ci stiamo avvicinando alla fine di questa serie. Poi ovviamente facciamo... finiamo col botto, perché poi facciamo anche IA. Cioè AI, insomma un file, così almeno li facciamo tutti. Per quanto non sia legata a questa serie. Comunque ho modificato sotto. Ho messo adesso Zero Time dire, ma oh no, non l'ha messo bene, cazzo. Aspettate, devo modificare un pochettino questa immagine perché sennò non si vede. La devo mettere bene così si vede un pochettino tutti. Così si vede. Mi sa che è troppo grossa come immagine. Comunque, in caso iniziami a scrivere la cosa delle password. Cercare di capire perché la sta facendo così stavolta l'immagine. Sembra il mio telefono tra poco.
Senti, ma di mangiare che stai a fare ora? Non mi accendo fuoco. Dove fate le patate in padella? No.
Mi fai la pasta? Sai che l'immagine è troppo grande per poterla fare. Comunque stavo leggendo. Va bene. Che cosa? Ah, buono. Cioè l'immagine che è gigantesca, quindi non la riesci a prendere tutta con tutti i personaggi. Invece il più uno che cos'era del... che diceva? Devo cercarne un altro un pochettino più piccolo di sta cosa qui.
È molto lento a scaricare. Senza il filo internet collegato. Vedi quanto sta lento a scaricare un programma.
Sì. Ora proviamo con l'Ethernet.
Ok, forse questa ce la fa a farlo. Ok, l'ha presa tutto questo, va bene. Ne ho preso una che era troppo grande. Non l'ha modificata, cazzo. Ah, ok, no, non ci avevo pensato effettivamente. Ok, ci siamo. Fatto. Ci mancano... Siamo arrivati alla fine, quindi. Domani facciamo un giorno di riposo perché ovviamente siamo stati a farne uno dopo l'altro. Fortunatamente non c'è nessun filmato da fare da prologo praticamente, quindi mi aspettavo quello. Però va bene anche così. Bene. Continuiamo poi dopodomani. Buona serata.